Did you know that your brain could be carrying around nearly 0.5% of its weight in plastic? Yes, you heard that right. Microplastics have breached the final frontier, the human brain. A recent study led by Matthew Campen, a professor at the University of New Mexico, has shed light on this shocking discovery. The research team analyzed autopsy samples from human livers, kidneys, and the frontal cortex of brains, and what they found was nothing short of alarming. Over an 8-year span, from 2016 to 2024, the levels of plastics found in every organ had risen. But the most startling increase was observed in the brain, where the amount of plastic found in 2024 was on average 50% higher than in 2016. The human brain, a marvel of nature, now hosts an unwelcome guest, microplastics, and the levels are rising alarmingly. So, what exactly are these microplastics, and how are they making their way into our brains? Let's take a closer look. Microplastics are tiny pieces of plastic, smaller than 5 millimeters. They're found in a startling array of everyday items. The most common type found in human organs is polyethylene, a polymer used in everyday items like plastic bags and bottles. Now you might be wondering, how do these microplastics end up in our bodies? They sneak in through the various goods we consume. They're in the toothpaste we brush with, the beer we drink, the honey we sweeten our tea with, and even in both tap and bottled water. And it doesn't stop there. It's not just about what we eat or drink. We're also breathing in these invisible plastic particles from the air. From the toothpaste you use, the beer you drink, to the air you breathe, microplastics have become an invisible part of our daily lives. What does this mean for our health, you wonder? The implications are far from harmless. Microplastics have been linked to a myriad of health issues, from neural disorders to chronic diseases. They can cause DNA damage, organ dysfunction, and negatively impact our immune response. Essentially, these tiny invaders could be wreaking havoc in our bodies without us even realizing it. More alarming is the correlation between the rise in microplastics and increased rates of Alzheimer's disease and other dementia conditions. As the presence of these tiny particles in our brains escalates, so too does the prevalence of these debilitating cognitive disorders. This connection, while not yet definitive, is certainly cause for concern. In essence, the invisible invasion of microplastics is far from benign. Their potential harmful effects on our health are significant and demand our attention. It's high time we became aware and took action. Ignorance may be bliss, but in this case, it could also be dangerous.